Hello, everybody. Welcome back to What's the Script. I'm pleased that you're back again. Thanks again to the boys at Quaint for our intro music. How are we, Craig?
Very well, mate. Very well. Excited. Looking forward to this one. This is one that's been on both my radars for a couple of years, isn't it?
Yes, it's been in the background for quite some time.
In my
But,
background, see it.
but before we get fired right into Mr. Peter Parker's antics, where can the people find us, mate?
Well, they can find us in many a place. You could be boring. You could look for us on X. You could look for us on YouTube. And you could look for us on, I don't know, Instagram perhaps. However, if you're a person or a people who enjoy a bit of adventure and a bit of an exploration of life, get out there and look for us, because it's been told that you can find What's the Script podcast in the most fascinating of places. We're in the first barf of a baby on the bib. We are under the dirty toenails of your dog's clippings, and we are in the ringworm of a cat's shit. You can find us anywhere, guys. That's true.
Aye, there's been many an episode, I think, forged in the fires of Mount Doom.
I was wondering if you were going to say that, or you were going to say that planet that makes Stormbreaker. And he goes to that place that forges of things. What was that called? I can't remember.
Aye. But aye, we're everywhere and anywhere. If you like listening, watching and stuff, because the new options on the YouTube now, isn't it? You can just listen to us instead of watching us, in case you just get caught in our eyes and you don't hear what we're saying. That option's there now.
As but we're audible as well as visual on YouTube, so there's two to choose for if that's your bag. What I need I never realised it till yesterday we could actually do that. I done it yesterday, so that's all good. They're all uploaded and they will upload automatically as I put them onto Buzzsprout now, which is great. One thing I need to say to you guys is Apple Pods, for some reason, we've been booted out of that. And I don't have an Apple phone or that phone number anymore to get us back into it. So I'll need to set up my Apple Mac, which I'll do to get the code to put it back on and all that garbage. So if you're looking for his own Apple, we're slightly askew from Apple at the moment. Sorry about
that. Aye. Bastards. But, and again, mate, I nearly forgot there, and you reminded me before I started. Old!
Yes, we are on the 12th of March, which we've totally forgot about and we weren't alerted to. It was this 2-year anniversary of What's the Script. Hey! So, happy birthday to us, happy birthday to us. Your mum, happy birthday, What's the Script? Happy birthday to us, yeah.
Aye, so that's us too there.
4 years old. This will be 93rd episode downloaded. Aye, no a bad wee hobby. Still doing it, mate.
Aye, very true, very true. Let's just hope it's not a terrible twos here.
No, it is, mate. Class.
But, so a wee recap on your media watching this week. What have we been into?
Aye, what have we been into? So obviously Spider-Man 2 was watched a couple of times because it just never gets old. I finished both Ted Lasso and The Gentleman. Late to the party with Ted Lasso, I realised that, but I never had Apple TV until last week. And I burst Ted Lasso in 3 days, and it's excellent. Probably preaching it to the converted here, mate. You've not seen it, you know?
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's so fun, and you're greeting and everything, man. It's fucking mental. The Gentleman, I thought, was brilliant as well. 8 episodes, well worth it. 8 hours or whatever. And Griselda, I watched that So that was just the female version of, what's his name?
Like Pablo.
Aye, you're Pablo Escobar. That was good, that. I enjoyed it. And film-wise, I watched Ford versus Ferrari, which was a fucking epic movie, by the way. Great acting, great story, and factual. And I watched the new Roadhouse, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I did. I really enjoyed it. It was a solid 6 out of 10 for me. It was loyal to the original, I think. I thought it was shot kind of 80s style. The plot wasn't anything to muck your brain up with. Just good classic time served plot. Gyllenhaal was excellent. Conor McGregor will win the Razzie. Telling you that right now, I don't care what films I've not seen this year or I'm not going to see. Colin Farrell will win the Razzie for the worst actor. For fighting, brilliant, because there's 2 fight scenes in Roadhouse that were excellent. But for opening his mouth, no. Lost a lot of love.
Fucking right.
Yeah, right there, lads. How's it going, lads? Do you want to see my bare bum, lads? Look at the size of me jaw, lads. I look like fucking Popeye, lads.
Fuck off, mate. See the minute he arrived on my doorstep, telling you, some calibre of bullet would have been entered and exited his head very quickly. Did you watch? You watched it, didn't you?
No, mate. I have taken the solemn vow not to watch it.
Right, bad.
I can't in good conscience watch a film that has Conor McGregor with more than one line.
Shite bag.
People know their roles in films. Like, see, back in the day when it was wrestlers getting into movies and stuff, they were a hench back and just grilled. So,
I mean, I still think you're a shite bag. It's a good film. It's just he opens his mouth.
your recommendation reliance is diminished since after anybody that was listening last week, Craig asked me to watch Madam Web, and I did, and that was just
Hold on a minute. Anybody that did watch or listen last week, Chris was well warned how fucking terrible Madam Web was, but as a favour to me, I asked him to watch it just so he could come back to me and tell me how fucking terrible it was. You try to tell me you never enjoyed it?
That was an insult to everybody. I actually felt bad for letting the couch be present. Just wasn't good, man. It just was not good. I still don't, like you, I don't know why Ben Parker.
Any reason?
It's just, there's just so many things that are unnecessary and just pointless, and I don't know. I mean, why was the baddie dressed up like a knockoff Spider-Man?
See the Ben Parker thing?
Oh.
Yeah. Ben and May in Spider-Man lore famously can't conceive, just can't have kids.
Aye.
Ben's partner in this, whose name isn't even May, has a baby. You're like, what's going on here?
Mate, it's just, it wasn't good. Mate,
and they embellished and made up her powers and all.
Aye.
Changed them.
Aye, like I say, mate, it was just. I'm going to say it's the worst kind of superhero film I have seen. Catwoman is definitely better than it. There you go. It's definitely better than it.
Aye.
So,
did you get what I meant about? It's as if the director told him to try and no act.
Aye. It's just
horrible,
weird.
Isn't it? It's fucking horrible.
It's like trying to make the situation real, like that. What?
That is when my mother was in the jungle and she was studying spiders. Hmm. Huh?
See, right? She's a psychic, right? Look, spoiler alert for people, right? She's a psychic. No, this bad guy that's coming to kill these lassies has found them twice in like 2 or 3 days, right? She decides she's going to leave them in the forest with no food, no water, and all that, and then fuck off to Peru. Like that. He's funding them across 2 days. How are you getting to Peru, getting into the middle of the jungle? That it's a lost tribe that I take it nobody's found before, and then getting back before he finds these lassies.
That's terrible, isn't it? And then see the bad guys. He's got the Chloe for 24 sitting in front of the computer
Aye.
in this vast chasm, an empty floor of a building, sitting at a window with a keyboard and like 6 screens.
Aye.
I
And
mean,
look, modern day like equipment. You know what I mean? And it's never like kind of divulged or anything. Like maybe this guy sees the future and he knows that this tech has been there, but it's not been released. Just I went to a lot of trouble to steal this for you.
aye. See the plot as well. This whole he sees the vision of the girls, or him dying in the presence of the girls. Maybe just don't be an asshole in the future, and you'll not get into bother with Spider Woman, and you'll know 40 your death, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's just it's a hot jobby of a film, but
It's one of the jobbies where you think you're finished, and then you go to wipe yourself, and you're wiping longer than it took you to do the actual deed. It's like smearing melted chocolate up your back. Yeah, what you watch, mate? Name me Madam Web. Fucking
I
garbage.
also went to the cinema to see Ghostbusters, and I was disappointed there. It wasn't. I mean, it started strong. I don't know what the fuck happened in the middle, and then finished strong. But I was like that because like the other one got me back to watching the Ghostbuster stuff because it was just paced right and everything. See this, it just seemed a slog to watch it.
It's a shame. I've listened to a couple of reviews on it and that, and I think the public's view is that that's plenty. Ghostbusters franchise.
Aye.
I've got a funny feeling though that the studios don't think like that.
No, no, because
As good as it is
its money
to nod to the originals, if they do go any further with it, I think you need to put Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and all that to bed. You know what I mean? Just go with the new cast, introduce some new characters, and some more exciting plot twists or something. A new synopsis. We've got the technology now to fucking put it on the big screen, so do it. Raise the fucking Titanic or something. Done that in Ghostbusters 2. That was the coolest thing in that film. I loved Ghostbusters 2, but I thought that was amazing.
Aye. It's just it didn't hit as well as I thought it was going to be.
Shame.
There was a certain guy in it I know who's a British comedian. I don't know how he ended up in an acting part, but there you are.
Aye. Who is it? Do you know?
Is it J. Acaster? Is that his name? No.
Oh.
Well, he's in it, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. It's just, but hey,
why are you here? Who am I? What's happening?
But people might like it. People might like it. So, because everybody's different, but for me, I was a bit disappointed with it.
Aye. Anything else?
Nah, mate. Just apart from the film we're about to do, and that is Spider-Man 2, the sequel to Spider-Man 1, obviously.
Obviously.
Aye. What was this? 2004? Let's come out, aye.
2004, mate, aye. If I don't know who you are that hasn't seen this, man, but just says that Peter is dissatisfied. Peter is disfat. Can I speak? Peter is dissatisfied with life, and he loses his job, the love of his life, Mary Jane, and his powers eventually. On top of all that, amid all the chaos, he must fight Doctor Octopus, who threatens to destroy New York City after his failed experiment to find sustainable energy goes tragically wrong. Is that about it,
Aye, it's well done, this. But 2004, what were you up to in 2004? I think I might have been the right age of 11.
Oh, 2000, mate, I was hiding 2004 because Rangers were shite that season. If I remember rightly, I think that was the year we never won an Old Firm game, never won a trophy or fuck off. But by the by, 2004, what age was I? 2004. 26, 25, 26. Definitely went to see this in the cinema, which was great. I'm glad I done it. I think I seen all these in the cinema actually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I can't really remember the third, if I went to see the third one, but I'm sure I did. But aye, what a movie, mate. What a
Aye.
Still at a time pre-Marvel, pre-Iron Man 2008, where we weren't really sure if we needed these films or no, but I think the first one told us, oh, there's a market here for it, and then this one just even better.
Aye, definitely. Like last week I'd say it's probably my favourite superhero film. And I'd still go with it. It's because obviously watching this, I thought maybe there'll be things I'll notice now that's a bit shit, but nah, still the bits I loved back in the day, still the bits I love now. It's fucking hell, man. Aye. See, if you're listening on the YouTube audio, you'll not get this.
Definitely won't get this. I thought it was time to come clean and let the people know exactly what I do at night time. As long as crimes after my wains go to sleep, I'll fight it. Trying to help at bedtime, you know what I mean? Do you know, see my boy, right? This is one of my boy Robert's ones. He's got 18 Spider-Man masks and 11 full costumes, right? And I wouldn't say like Spider-Man, but see when you ask him to smile and pose for a photo, he does the pose, he goes away down in one leg and does that.
Exactly.
Brilliant, man.
Exactly. It's the way it should be done. I mean,
he's your favourite as well, isn't he? Spider-Man's your favourite, isn't he?
Aye, 100%, mate. I had the fucking... This... See, Wayne's now, they're spoiled, so they were... See, when you got the wee web shooters, and it shot out silly string. No, the one I had shot a big fucking plastic sheet that looked like a web.
That's right. Listen, if you wanted to capture your youth, get on Temu and they sell web shooters. I've got obviously Robert again, he's got them. And they've got like, there's ones with pellets, there's ones with string that have got a wee sucky hang at the end of it. You can bring it back in and all that. So, and there's pennies, man. They're good.
But like your boy, I was obsessed with Spider-Man. Those fucking Spider-Man bed sheets, jammies, school bags, fucking mountains of toys, which was hilarious because my brother was a Batman fan. So there was clashes in this house. And there still is clashes to this day.
Aye. Fuck you, Wayne. Aye. Two superheroes that are... The lore is misunderstood by the public. Don't know if they're like menaces or they're doing some good. They're always fighting that kind of battle as well, aren't they?
Aye. Plus, they're just... As far as I can... Like, I think that's why these two are kind of that popular. Because, like, Spider-Man especially, he's just like the ordinary person. Know what I mean? He's not really getting anything out of being the hero. Know what I mean? He did it anonymously. Whereas, obviously, later down the line, you get Tony Stark, I am Iron Man, and everybody knows who Captain America is and all that stuff. Know what I mean? But these two do it anonymously, And so you're like that. That's for the people.
Exactly. And it's never, by the way, it's never more evident than in this movie because the big crux of this film is Peter's struggling into struggling to be normal. I say be normal, but have a life, hold down a job, go to university or college as they call it in America, go college, man, and be Spider-Man. It's getting on his wick in it a bit.
Yeah. And again, I think this is what kind of separates it from other like superhero films. Because you do see the aspect of struggling with some of these characters, but no to the point where this feels more human than most other ones. I mean, it's just because you just imagine it, 12-hour shift coming in the house, and there's some arsehole smashing windows or something. I mean, like, oh, for fuck's sake, man! Like being on call 24/7. It's but
Everybody.
but the budget to this, mate. What was the budget and the money's made? Because we've had a couple of big blockbusters recently.
We have, and the money for this was the budget was $200 million, which I didn't realise it was that high, but there you go. So you're talking 20 years ago, you know what I mean? 200 million. That's 400 million in today's money, by the way. But it made back a very healthy worldwide $789 million US dollars, man. So definitely a success. However, if this was brought out any time in the last 10 years, I would imagine it'd have made well above $1 billion. You know what I mean?
Oh, aye.
But done well, mate.
Aye, much like Batman, the Spider-Man's always a seller, isn't he? Just doesn't matter who's playing him, people will go see it. But the director, Mr. Sam Raimi, I mean, I like this guy's other work, but you don't think this is a bit... Let's see the first film, is this not a bit removed from what he usually does?
I know, it's weird, isn't it? It just shows you a lot of directors and writers are pinholed by their one niche or genre. I mean, we do a lot of John Carpenter stuff. He's very rarely comes out his wheelhouse, you know what I mean? And to go for like Evil Dead to comic book, it's just as far apart as you can probably get in the movie world, I would imagine.
Aye, very much so, know what I mean? Cutting your own horn off to save that cat in the tree.
But his loyalties, he knows where who buttered his breed. He's loyal to that Bruce Campbell guy, you know what I mean?
He's got a lot of time for Bruce Campbell, he knows that.
Aye. See in this, right? See, Bruce Campbell obviously is the usher in this.
Aye.
He's the most unrecognisable as he's ever been in anything else he's ever done, I think. Because you've been working out. Size of your jaw. Fuck's sake.
He's definitely. Because I'm wondering, I know, because I always did know how he's the wrestler announcer in the first film. I always wondered, is it the same guy, the same character? And he moonlights at this theatre.
Just got a rake of jobs.
Just brilliant, man.
I mean, I'll do this wrestling gig. You know what I mean? I'll be that clown. But my real passion's theatre.
when these people that walk out, see like Batman's Monda walk out, here, listen, see if you're into the wrestling, a Bonezaw's fighting tonight.
Aye. Batman's Monda, just say that. Fuck's sake.
Aye.
Here, shortcut down that alley, get you up the road quicker. Lovely pearls you've got on.
Thought about Bruce Campbell. The cast for this: Toby McGuire, obviously, Kirsten Dunst, your favourite, James Franco, Alfred Molina, Rosemary Harris, J.K. Simmons, Dylan Baker, Bill Nunn, Elizabeth Banks, who I completely forgot about, Isla Baskin, and Magina Lova.
We've also got wee cameos in there. Willem Defoe comes back. for the end scene with Harry, who it wasn't even written into it. It was a wee bit of trivia. They seen them filming in New York when he was out and about. They walked over and just had a wee watch, and then Sam Raimi says, one day we'll write you in.
And that's it. That completely inspired it. Because apparently the story is, I know, Molina, he went on his break and came back, and Defoe was acting out his scene. He's like, the fuck? No, wait. So like,
Didn't you read it?
Is he no dead?
We've also got wee cameos in here for Emily Deschanels, who's the receptionist at Zoe Deschanels' sister. You know what I mean? She plays Bones, obviously, in the series Bones. And Joey Diaz on the train, man.
Oh, hey, what the fuck's going on here, Spider-Man, you fuck? Joey Diaz, motherfucker.
Joe Rogan's favourite guest, man.
I know, mate. It's fucking... Even Donnell Rollins, he's another comedian. See him, it goes, he stole that guy's pizzas. He was in it. Because apparently that was Stan Smith's cameo. But there was problems with it, so they had to redo it. Something like that. What the fuck happened to it then?
But that's Stan Smith, mate. I think it was Stan Lee, right enough. But
aye, Stan Lee, aye.
Aye, something like the shot wasn't right or something. They took the shot and it wasn't right, but so they just had him, probably his worst cameo, is just pulling somebody out the road with a bit of rubble falling, wasn't
it? Yep. Aye. No, but that Stan Smith is, mate. That's because I seen the American Dad this morning. I was like, you watched that?
Oh, I thought it was because you were following Sam Smith online, talking about his fucking negligee and his... I'm not talking about it.
Talking about the cast anyway, mate. The performances, mate, I think everybody is perfect for the roles they're in.
Yeah.
Oh. Do we have a differing opinion?
I just don't like Kirsten Dunst. I fucking can't go. Kirsten Dunst's best role was in Interview with a Vampire when she was a whiny little child. And do you know what? She's no fucking changed any. See, in this movie, she's a condescending, heartless bitch. And she's ugly. So there, I don't like her. I mean, see one of the quotes I put down. It's when Peter turns up, and she turns around and goes, "Oh, it's you." Like, fucking, you talking to? What the guy's ever done is fucking chase you, you know what I mean? All right, he's kept you at arm's length, but there's no need to be a bitch about it. Yeah. And then she does that thing when she's trying to be seductive and romantic and all that, and her eyes just look as if they're fucking melted. I've always been standing in your doorway. You know what, hen? Away you go. I'm going down to Mr. Dickovich and asking for his daughter's hand. She gave me a piece of chocolate cake. But by the way, the crumbs were no chocolate after I finished it.
Wait, if there is one person that does annoy me in this, I think it's just the character of MJ, but that's what annoys me. Because there is a bit like he's no Peter's not appearing at our show and all that. I mean, everybody else can get there. My sick mono and that bloody blah blah blah, and then I'm like,
but the whole time, me, but all the time.
But it's like, have any of yous wait to see Peter? Do any of yous know where he lives?
Right.
Know what I mean? Can you afford to go to your fucking show?
Right. Exactly. Poor boy's fucking... everybody wants a piece of him. That's obviously a big part of the story. He can't, he's not enough hours in the day. The poor guy he's run down, he's getting depressed. He's no winning. He's just no winning. He's saving all these people. They don't know who he is. He's getting little gratitude for it. And when he's trying his best in real life, he's just getting shit for no doing it. He loses his job right at the start, doesn't he, Mr. Aziz? Which is fucking funny when he talks 8 minutes to deliver 8 deep dish pizzas that are fucking no deep dish, by the way. Or you have Mr. Thingy's promise, or I don't need to pay for that. It's my reputation. And then Peter's still standing there and see when he goes, go! It's fucking funny right there.
I mean, look, it's New York, innit? You can't get anywhere in 7 minutes. Know what I mean?
No, I'm still baffled
Aye,
when the rise of the pizzas, how he comes out of a fucking broom closet.
I know, mate. I think that's just Sam Raimi's comedy, but see, just because that bit used to annoy me when I was younger, I know, and I'm like that. Fix the fucking poles once you've delivered the pizzas. Know what I mean? Just stop it. Leave it alone. But
It goes on, doesn't it? Goes on for a bit.
aye, but it's just, I think it's just put there. Like, but I'm talking about, like, see everybody else. Like, because I think they were that brilliant in their roles that they actually brought people back for these films into the newer Spider-Man films. Know what I mean? Like, J.K. Simmons, he's Jameson. It doesn't make see the character I watched on the cartoons and all that. And then when I seen him, I'm like, things just had to happen. This is the stars of aligned.
Definitely, he was born for that part. It just was J.K. Simmons, wasn't he? He's a menace.
Mate, because he's got one of the best lines in it for me. Let's see when Betty Brant buzzes him through. Boss, the wife lost your checkbook. Thank you for the good news.
Aye. And one of my favourite lines is in the same scene, the exact same scene. Like, Miss Brant, give me a violin. Because Peter's giving him the sob story, oh, the skin, I need money. Miss Brant, give me a violin.
It's fucking so good, man. He's so good. Oh. And like I says, I think it's just testament that it was brought back for the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. You know what I mean? Because he just can't find a better person to play him. And even Molina coming back as Doc Ock, I think he's superb in this. I mean, obviously, Defoe was a hard act to follow, but superb, man.
The thing that lent to that, to him being so good, was the fact he's Marvel daft, apparently, comic book daft. He was excited as he was good as schoolboy, yeah, when he got asked if he wanted to play the part. And he just like, fucking when and where, man, you know what I mean? So he loves it. But he's a great actor, him, isn't he? And there's a couple of bits, but he turns into Doc Ock. There's a bit of overuse of that fucking run the shooter close-up. Does it about 20 times. And then there's a couple of times when he's a bit mad with it. And I can see his face in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Aye.
Throw me the idol, I throw you the whip. He's a great actor, mate. I do a lot of time for him. A lot of your time for him, I've got.
Aye. But you were saying to me, I know, that Harry grates on you. Tell me more.
Aye, it's just, I've never liked the buddy and pal between him and Peter. Hey, pal. Hey, buddy. Fuck off. You know what I mean? I've never liked that, but then as you said last night, you're probably 100% correct. It's the part he has to play as being a whiny bastard. Do you know what I mean? And like you said last night as well, see that when he slaps Peter in front of everybody, I want to go and meet him and knock him out. You know what I mean? Twice he does it.
Exactly, mate. Like I says to you, mate. See, when I was younger, mate, I wanted to douse the cunt in petrol, man. Let's deal with this cartel style,
And
man.
play me
He
like my
has to
fire
go.
by fucking take that at the same time. Relight my fire.
Oh, mate. That's how... Oh, the third one is obviously... It's not good, right? It's passable. But see that bit where Peter has got an attitude and he just gives it to him there and then? I'm like, fucking aye. Wee Goblin Jr. bastard.
Like, that is quite good, that, innit? And at the same time, that's when Harry's at his fucking worst, when he's got the amnesia. And just, it acts just so, no talking about it. Grates him a wee bit, but it's the part he plays, mate. You're right.
Aye. But the special effects, well, this was nominated for 3 Oscars, and I think it won one for like special effects and all that. There is bits in this, the special effects look a wee bit cartoony, right? But you're going to get that.
But
But
Shank,
see,
there's only
see
two
when
I can think of.
see the one he's carrying his MJ away. Look there, you see that, you're like that. But it's like, come on.
Aye, that was one of them. Still better than anything in the Flash. But
Aye. As hard as it is to believe, it is. But
aye, the other bit that looks a bit cartoony is when inside the train and he's leaping for the pole to pole. That looks a wee bit.
aye.
It's more the people's eyes on the falling where he's meant to be. There's a wee bit, but
Aye.
all in all, mate, I think it fucking more than holds its own, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%, mate, because again, I was reading up on a lot of it last night. There's a lot of, it's mixed with a lot of practical stuff along with the CGI, so it goes in between, so you're not really sure when the CGI has kicked in, know what I mean?
Aye.
Apart from the bits we have spoke about, but mate,
Aye.
the fights between Spider-Man and Doc Ock in this are phenomenal.
Aye. They're really good. There's a couple of bits about Doc Ock that defy physics if you're wanting to be pernickety. Like when he takes the bank vault door off with the 4 arms, it means that his back and legs would need to be fucking like the strength of an elephant or something, but there's semantics in it. See the one thing about the CGI in this, and that's great. The other thing that was brilliant about this film at the time, and it still haunts up today, is the marketing. See that behind me? Like that background, that was one of about fucking 6 posters that are legendary, man, for this one film. The market was everywhere. It was on bus shelters. It was just everywhere. It was campaigned and advertised superbly.
Aye. It's like, I know the Batman suit is always the big thing. We always want to see the Batman suit. See this suit when it came out, you were like that. Oh, here, this looks a bit fucking, you know what I mean? It's especially the webbing on it. But, because I think before it was all, let's say that, like latex carry on, you know what I mean? You're going, there's like no volume to this, you know what I mean? Aye. But, aye. Like you say, the production to this mega, and because let's see, even see the bad, like obviously like Doc Ock, right? I thought this would have been solid to get this into a film. Like see just the arms and all that stuff, but they actually built the arms as well. There's bits there actually like controlled with like the joypad. Know what I mean? Because it was, because it was like, apparently there's some scenes where. See when it hits Spider-Man, like Toby McGuire says they could feel the weight behind these arms. So you're like, oh.
Jesus.
But,
that was sore.
Yeah, I was sure that. But talking about like fight scenes and that, like there's obviously a scene that stands out. Well, for me anyway, because when I was in the cinema, it blew my wee tiny mind. But is there any scenes that stand out for you, mate? Any particular favourites?
It was indeed, mate. But I'll leave the one I know you're talking about for you to explain. Where do we start? There is tons. There's absolutely tons. I'll just look at my wee list here, and see the whole Doc Ock transformation for me when he first does his first experiment with the wee audience and stuff, and it all goes wrong, and then he gets electrocuted. But the next time we see him is in the operating theatre, and the fucking surgeons are kind of laughing and all that about it. See the way his arms are hanging up with the big draping bits of plait. It looks like cobwebs, man, hanging off his arms.
Yeah.
And then when he wakes up, or the arms wake up, he doesn't wake up, the arms wake up and kill all the surgeons and that. That's pretty dark. It's a brutal wee scene, that. Because even the operating theatre looks like a Victorian fucking subway or something like that. All tiled, old and all. It just looks like a right draconian wee bit. And then he bursts out and they take off the arms and him converse. You can see, if you look at it, you can probably see it's a bit cheesy because he's narrating himself, but he's talking to the arms that are in his head. Do you know what I mean? I think that's great. That's all good.
Aye, mate, that was one of mine as well. Because although you don't see any blood or gore or anything like that is like a horror film.
That must have killed Sam Raimi, man. Just see that bit where the wee handsaw just fuzz and it stops burning. You're like, I bet he'd have loved to just splash some blood on top of that. You know what I mean?
I can see where you've seen the saw becomes like quite prevalent in the scene, doesn't it? Like they don't, it just pops up like that. It was like, that's fucking Evil Dead, man.
I know, but it's dark. Obviously, it's a dark wee scene, but there's horror elements to it, which obviously you're like, Sam Raimi, fuck's sake, because you're seeing the arms out the corner of people's eyes or in reflections of the equipment and all that. It's like the same monster.
Mate, it's superb. Like it's brutal without being like mega horror. And like see the thing, I always get a horrible feeling seeing I'm watching it. See when the wee woman, the wee nurse is getting dragged away and her fucking nails are in the flare. I'm like, well, just accept death. That's fucking so that.
I know. Oh, her nails are going to come off. Oh, fucking. Because that's the worst thing that's going to happen, Craig. You know what I mean? Her nails will come off. Jesus. What about you, mate? What's your top bit?
Alright. Well, you gave it to me. It's the fight on the train. See, again, back to the cinema. See when that started on the big screen, I was like, the childhood has come free. It's just because it starts off on this like clock tower, doesn't it?
Right.
Spider-Man's back to his best, fighting this guy. You end up on this train, fast-paced, and let's just even a bit like when he falls off onto the side, and then this other train comes, and it's just the reaction that he bends back. You're going,
brilliant. That's brilliant. Glad you said that. You're just like me there. I think that's one of the best things ever on a film. Just that. That's brilliant. No reason for that. Just us.
It's just sides of windy. Aye, see even when they're on the side of the train and they're punching one another. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. This is real. You know what I mean? And obviously the part comes when he gets hot up into the air and he has to spin to get through the gap in the wee walkway. And I'm like, it's
Tom Holland stole that in his second one up Tower Bridge. I know he done the same thing, but that's so good, mate. Even I've written about it: the train, the buildings, the people at the windies, the fast paced going by the windies, and then see when his spidey sense kicks in to the end of the bridge. It just goes realising it fast forwards to the end of the bridge. You're like, it's amazing, man.
Because it's even that, and all it's like it comes back into the hero element here. That it's no I need to get the bad guy and I need to save MJ, my one true love. But it switches back to I need to save these people in this train. And you're like that. But then that scene, see when it then carries on, obviously he stops the train, right? And that picture you sent me, fucking Toby McGuire squeezing out a hedgehog. It's just see when he's about to fall, and then everybody like saves him and carries him through the cart and all, man. I'm like that. My boy.
There's quality in it. And I didn't know until yesterday that the two wee boys that gave him back his mask are in real life his two half brothers.
Aye. Amazing, innit? It's just
We won't tell.
aye. You just get that sense of like he's one of us sort of thing. See in that scene, you're like that. He's for us and we're for him. You're going,
I remember the first time watching this as well. You think it's going to cut to the next scene, but it fucking doesn't. It's not over. Ock just appears again. It says, "I've taken that wee cunt." They all stand up and do the, "You'll have to go through me. You'll have to go through me." And he says, "Aye, all right." And batters a couple out of the road, and he just accepts it, which leads you on to another scene, doesn't it?
aye. We were talking Harry here. It's the age-old thing, isn't it? Look, when the bad guy gets a good guy, why does he not just do him in there and then? But it builds up this thing, doesn't it? Because I don't think we're going to get that either. The whole Harry finding out who Spider-Man was sort of thing.
Aye.
What do you think about that scene yourself, mate?
It ties in nicely for the kind of same window on the same bed for the first film where Peter puts down Norman,
Aye.
aka Gobby, Deed's body, when Peter should have just revealed himself there and then and says, "Harry, this is what happened, mate. Sit down, go and get that cunt to put a kettle on, I'll tell you about it." But it arcs well into the second one.
Aye.
The dagger that Harry's holding is fucking pathetic, but it looks as if he's just stole that for a Robin Hood or a Knight's Tale or something like that. This big, you know what I mean? Like, put that letter opener down, son. Aye, it's good because Peter gets a chance just to bust out the chains and say, "Look, you wee bitch, shut the fuck up. No time for this. Where is she?" And even Harry's still blinded by grief. He says, "Look, there's bigger things happening here than me and you." Know what I mean? Play again, wee man. Play again. But why? How does Harry fucking know where she is? How does he know where Doctor Oc's new lair is?
Aye. See, there is wee parts in this that we've said this a lot. See, while doing this podcast, there is bits you find and you go, It's like, But for me, I'll let them all slide. I'm not even mentioning them.
Aye, exactly. Just point out, but it's doesn't bear thinking about, to be honest with you.
Aye. But still talking about scenes. We spoke about the bank. Spider-Man and Doc Ock fighting in the bank, I thought was superb. Again,
Really good.
for kind of the same reasons, dodging that taxi door and stuff. And then wee Aunt May, she came to the fore and all. Just reminded you of an old scheme mod, didn't it? Don't think I'll button up the back, son.
Aye. Fucking, that's brilliant. The bank's brilliant. So it is. Even the guy, the teller, that they're trying to get a loan off of, he's a decent sized actor whose name fucking escapes me. He's been in, like, another prodigy at SNL, and he's been in a couple of movies and that, but I can't remember who he was. Yeah. He was quite funny. And then May's still trying to look on the bright side. At least we get the toaster. That's only with a deposit of $300, sorry. You know what I mean? But it's great. It's even when Peter hunts the money back at him, here's your change.
See, that's another thing that like, see when Spider-Man's fighting these baddies, he's always usually telling a wee joke, know what I mean? Like a wee geeky guy sort of thing. I think bits of that's lost when they try to do the ultra cool Spider-Man stuff. Know what I mean?
And the new ones.
Aye, let's see some of the newer stuff. You don't kind of get that wee funny bit. Know what I mean? Like he's like joking with his baddie sort of guy, but it's just.
And by the way,
because I think
we'll get to it later, but in fact, no, on you go. We'll discuss it later.
Okay.
I remember.
No, because I think that's just like, see, I think these films came out at the right time as well. That they were still coming off the back of to like the kind of the cheesier like, Batman films before they went to the like serious like Christian Bale way and all that.
Aye.
And then they were coming into like the new age where superheroes had to be cool. I think they just came out at the perfect time.
Right. We remember Marvel before this was fucking The Punisher.
Aye.
You had, and by the way, David Hasselhoff's Punisher. Fuck's sake, man. And I think the very first Marvel was Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And it was a white guy. I can't remember. And it's awful. It's so awful.
Aye.
So, it's great. I mean, even it's obviously it's no really Marvel. It's a Marvel character, but it's no the Marvel universe because it's Sony. But I think it gave the bit up the arse to Marvel to eventually get Iron Man. And you're right about the comedy stuff because it's very, very prevalent in the cartoon and the comics. There's a wee remark like that every time he does something, isn't there?
Aye. Like I says, mate, it's just I know times move on, but I just feel that's kind of missing. See, like even the Amazing Spider-Man films, like Garfield kind of done it as well. Know what I mean? And then the
That's what
Tom
I was going
Holland
to say
kind
there.
of phased out.
That's which I was going to leave it. I think, especially in the first one, Garfield does it funny as fuck. He's great at it.
Aye.
When he gets that car robber and all that, and hey, don't hit me, and kid on, he's scared, and then hitting him with all the webs. It's funny, man.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's just well done there, you know. Plus, Aunt May, right? I think she is Aunt May to me, right? It's just I know that's daft to say, but she is.
She has cartoon Aunt May, isn't she?
Aye, she is 100%. That's again, as much as I like the new ones, I was like, no, Aunt May's a bit an old woman here. Come on, and nah, look, because even see some of that her dialogue in this, it's superb, man.
Aye, is.
Especially,
I never copied it, but when he get obviously he tells her about Uncle Ben, which was quite a strong scene, that because it's took Peter a lot. Do you know what I mean? He's lost everything else, and he's told that he blames himself because he wasn't at the library, as we all know. And she walks out, and that was tough to watch, man. Do you know what I mean? But then when he revisits her and she's packing up, that big speech was brilliant, man.
there's a hero in all of us, and you're like that. And mates get some wisdom, man.
She's heavy wise, that cunt. It's great. It's a great dialogue, man. And I was going to ask you about Aunt May. Do you think she knows, without telling Peter, that she knows he's Spider-Man? Because it looks, that whole speech, when she's doing it, she's packing stuff up and she's looking at him as if, do you know, I think maybe it's time, you know what I mean? Back in the saddle. And
I see, I kind of got that last night. Like, the times before I watched it, I've like, she's just talking generally, but it was the way it was like kind of like put to him sort of thing. And I'm going, does she know? Know what I mean? I
like to think she does. I like to think she does. And she's just realising. She uses that wee boy as a, look, whatever his name is, little David. He needs a hero. I need a hero. We all need a hero. Somebody that will let you smile and somebody that you can stand in the rain for 2 hours just to say that you'd seen them. Somebody that'll let you die with a bit of dignity and all that. You're like, fuck.
Yes!
Oh, damn.
Mate, I do kind of think as well, mate, because let's see, obviously, with the Doc Ock fight at the bank and stuff, she talks to him, know what I mean? And I'm surmising that she's like, you sound like my Peter. You know what I mean?
We should. You okay? Yes. Sure showed him, did we? We? What do you mean, we? All right, mate, you calm it.
Aye. It's just, aye, you make a good point, mate, because I was starting to think that because it seems very, like, focal, know what I mean? When she's saying it, like, come on now.
I thought the face say it. The show's seen as I've talked about Aunt May. But she gets possessed for 2 seconds in this movie, man. When she gives Peter the $20. And he goes, oh no, I can't. She goes, you'll take that money. You'll take that money from me. Oh,
mate. Oh, brilliant, man. Mate, she is good in these films. The actress,
sadly passed 2012, so she did.
Aye.
Good innings, lassie.
Aye. Was he even the whole like kind of plot to this film where Peter losing the powers of Spider-Man? See that in itself as well, like the whole conflict in it. You have to be 2 people. You just can't be the one, mate. I thought that was superb.
Aye, there's a message in there, a positive message for every single faction of human being walking life. You know what I mean? It's just, don't try to be anything that you're not, and do not try and plead. I don't know. I suppose you can read into it what you want, but don't try not to burn the candle at both ends, and try not to do everything for everybody. Look after yourself, basically. I know. You know what I mean? There's a lot of messages in there. It was fucking brilliant. But I mean, you read the synopsis for this movie, and that part it's kind of a subplot because it's all about Doc Ock and Spider-Man, and I think it's as big as the main plot in this film. I think it's integral in it.
Aye, that's what it says, mate. Because it's very smart. Because it's the whole thing that let's see if a hero's not true to himself. He's not not the hero. Know what I mean? And you're like that. Aye, that's clever. That.
Which is one of my favourite things about it as well. I've wrote down for scene wise is when he starts losing his powers. It first happens, a web doesn't come out and he falls, and then he takes the mask off and he stands at the edge of the building and he looks down and then starts getting vertigo. And then so the slow decline of him losing his powers, and it ultimately ends on him sitting on his bed and he's got a fever, he's sweating and all that as well. You're like, fuck, that's him. He's got a common cold, do you know what I mean? Which probably never had since he turned.
Aye.
See Doc Connors?
Aye.
I never clicked until The Amazing Spider-Man came out that Doc Connors is the Lizard.
Aye. Aye. Me being a mad Spider-Man geek, I was like that. We're getting the Lizard!
Aye, I just never realised that it was Doc Connors until, I don't know how, man, it took me fucking about 15 years to notice that when he talks to Peter, that his sleeve, he's got an arm missing. I swear to God, it's about 15 years it took me, and I was like, Connors? There's a Connors in the McGuire ones, I know, isn't there? Can't be the same one, it's maybe just a, is they fucking hear him? I don't know.
Oh, superb, man. I can't tell you how much I was disappointed that the lizard never appeared in this. See, when I first seen it, I was like, the character's there. Do it. No, but
Exactly.
there's apparently a story out there that the third film was kind of rushed. It was put upon Sam Raimi instead of what he wanted to do. So I'm kind of thinking maybe the third film would have brought in the lizard and stuff, but we'll never know.
The other person I think twigs that Peter is Spider-Man is his doctor when he goes and has the checkup, and then he starts badly lying to him about my friend has this dream that he dreams he's Spider-Man, and the doctor just kind of laughs at him, doesn't he, and sits down and then
Aye.
tells him it's on his head. I think the doctor twigged.
See, since we've been mentioning the other films, right? Personally, for you, what would you say is the best of the Spider-Mans? Like Tobey Maguire, Garfield, Holland.
Andrew Garfield's my favourite Spider-Man out of the three of them. I think he's... It's nothing to do with the movie. I just think he carries himself. There was conflicting things about this. A lot of people don't like Andrew Garfield because they think he's a wee bit too cool to be a Peter Parker. He is still brainy. He is still a bit of a loner. But he doesn't wear specs. He's kind of like can ride a skateboard, stands up for the wee guy before he gets his powers and all that. So a lot of people don't like that. I think he's a bit too good looking to be a Peter Parker, but I just like him. I think he's a great Peter Parker. And I think he's a great Spider-Man as well. What about you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a Toby man all the way there. Just because I think he just plays the geeky thing perfect.
There's no wrong answer to this, by the way. It's totally subjective. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I think it's just see the way his voice is and all that. It just comes across as this wee shy geeky guy. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, aye, I can believe that. I can believe that people look down upon you like, no chance. You know what I mean?
I used to think Tobey Maguire, there was a touch of the Clark Kent's about his Peter Parker.
Aye.
But then I remembered that Clark Kent was the disguise. Peter Parker is Peter Parker. So it can't be. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But Tobey Maguire is fucking smashing. Holland is great in what he does as well.
Aye.
The thing that goes against Tom Holland for me is he was made to be a wee bit Iron Man Jr.
Aye.
Whereas you'll know better than anybody else, Spider-Man's story has always been about him, Peter Parker. It's where he came from. There was no leg up, there was no help. It was just his journey, his struggle, which is what makes this movie tremendous. He's not got any help. He can't talk to anybody, and it's a shame. I felt today, even last night, I've watched this 100 times. I still feel fucking so sorry for him, and I could totally see somebody rewrote this, and like his Aunt May falls out to him. Mary Jane's getting married and fucking talks to him like a piece of shite. Harry can't stand him. He's found out he's Spider-Man. He's lost his job, can't pay his rent, and he's failing at school. I would be so with him if he just went, fuck the lot. Robbed a bank, started being Spider-Man 3 Peter, just to have his own back, but he doesn't. He just, like a lot of men in the world know, he just swallows hard and fucking buries it and takes it. And it's just want to hug the boy.
See, again, mate, I think that's probably why he's my favourite. Because he's like Batman has got a mansion to go back to, right? Do what he wants, right? He's got every reason to turn around and go, you know what, fuck this, man. I'm way up the road. You know what I mean? But he doesn't. That's why he's a true hero.
That's what he is. He is a true hero. He's back to that shit-ass apartment. Did you notice the photo in his apartment?
Aye.
The one who took it. when they took a Mary Jane in the first movie at the thing, me, which
before
was
he-
great. I never noticed that either, but I
Aye.
did with the trivia. Do you notice as well? See when he leaves a message on Mary Jane's answer machine, she walks in to her
Mhm.
house. Her
Aye.
house is a fucking shite hole and all, and she's in a play
That-
in New York.
That's what I'm talking about. But it's the whole. It's like you're not there for me. Where are you? Know what I mean? And it's like, hold the fucking bus.
I know.
I mean, I need to step here. I need body to get into my fucking building. I'm
Hey
staying
there,
in the
sister.
Narrows.
Exactly. I know. Fucking hell, man. I can't pay my rent. And she's like that. Where have you been? Did you maybe know get me a couple of comps ticket wise? No. I need to pay for my own tickets. You fucking boot. Honestly, see at our engagement party, she even looks like mutton dressed as lamb. She looks right out of place. At the end, in that wedding dress, it's the wrong dress. It's nothing for her. She just, if I turned around at the altar and seen that coming down the aisle, fucking, whoa, whoa, whoa. Just you about turn. Now you get your teeth fixed, yeah. Fucking. Listen, Kirsten Dunst and the slim possibility you'll ever hear me. I'm so sorry, right? You're probably lovely in real life, but your Mary Jane has ruined you for me. It has. No.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a 1950s fucking dress at the end when you're chained up? I know. That's plenty.
Oh. Superb, man.
I mind what the question was.
Oh.
It was a great scene, mate, before we march on. See the scene where Peter has tea with Ott and Rosie?
Aye.
That's fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful scene. There's the thing that it tells you in the trivia, which I never even thought about, but it's true. That's to signify the family Peter never had. They never sat down with my mother and father and got advice on love and all that. It's smashing. It's heartwarming, and it's to obviously show you the humanity of Octavius and before he turns into this controlled thing. But you're right about Toby McGuire, mate. He's so endearing. He can make his fucking eyes fill up on a whim and make you feel sad looking at his wee face, know what I mean?
Aye.
He's great.
Mate, and saying that and all, I think, I don't know how true it is, but apparently it was nearly replaced in this film because he says he had a back injury, right? And he might not be able to do it. But I think I don't know if it's true or not, but the film company were saying it as he was trying to get more money. Know what I mean? And using this as an excuse. And his replacement, funnily enough, was going to be Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wow. I can see that. But I'm glad he wasn't, obviously. What was it? His agent, I think it was his agent that fucking nearly fucked things up, wasn't it? His agent demanded on his behalf fucking 25 million and 10% of the gross. And quite rightly, Sony was like, fuck off. You know what I mean? That's a lot of dough. So he's going to get 25 million and then probably 10% of an 800 million box office. No. Yeah, it's perfect.
Exactly.
And I thought Sam Raimi would have said, well, I'm not doing the film unless fucking Toby Maguire's here, but
well, this is what I'm kind of thinking as well, but there must be like a kind of element to truth in there somewhere, because see when Peter tries to jump the buildings again and he falls down and hits his back and he's going, oh, my back. It's like, apparently that's a Sam Raimi like joke. So I'm wondering if it was true or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just I was like, but I couldn't believe it, mate. See when I read that, Toby Maguire, like, the fuck, who?
Oh.
And then the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal then became Mysterio in the New Aliens, I'm like that. Oh, Oh, they must have kept that boy's number.
Exactly. Jake Gyllenhaal, my choice to be the next Batman. People, by the way, I would love to see him. I think it would be great Bruce Wayne. It's great, mate. That whole, even in that scene, I'm back. Just, I think she's back there. He jumps the same building in the first one where he fun his powers.
You're getting the inspirational music, though.
And then you're getting that slow motion. His face, he's got that crumbled up face when he runs, man.
Talking about I am back, right? Have you any favourite lines in the film?
One or two, mate. You've got I've already said about the Get My Violin. I thought that creased me. It creased me. Honestly, I just laughed out loud at that. So simple and effective, but that's JJ's character in it. One for our Paul at Seismic Cinema. The power of the sun in the palm of my hand. Sell.
That's good.
What's the time? What about you, mate?
Mine's are so varied, it's fucking mental, man. Obviously, it said the Jonah one, thanks for the good news. Just fucking superb, man. But see the neighbour? Where he goes, don't try to sneak out. I have the ears of a cat and the eyes of a rodent.
I've not wrote all that, but I just wrote rent.
Oh, mate. Oh, superb, man. But another one I thought was brilliant, and it comes near the end of the film, and it's when Doc Ock realises Peter is Spider-Man, and he goes, Peter Parker, brilliant but lazy, and you're like that. Yes!
Welcome back. Welcome back, Doc. That's great, isn't it? Because he's the wee smile, as if he's, I remember you. It's all coming back to me. That's brilliant, that line. And then they've got another cracking Octavius line. It's, before we start, has anybody lost a large roll of $20 bills in a rubber band? Because we found the rubber band. It's a terrible joke.
Oh, mate. And that just shows you how much an arsehole Harry is in this. Because he's the one standing with a straight face, and then he has to look round and go, ha, that was funny, wasn't it? And you're just going...
Aye. And then just becoming awfully douchey. Thanks to Harry Osborn and Oscott for getting me the trimming. Happy to pay the bills, Arrow. And how come you're minted, mate, and your pal's on his arse?
Mate.
Bloody pal.
Exactly. That's what I was kind of getting at and all. See when he turns up and it's his birthday, you know what I mean? How have you been? How have you been like that? So nannies have came to see him. But every time he sees you give him dog's abuse because your dad gets stabbed, and then you give him abuse because he's not coming to watch your shite show. What?
Because your dad gets stabbed, mate. Is it? Aye. Because your dad gets pure plug.
Aye. Fucking push up my back.
Wait,
take your attitude and fuck off.
That was the best thing you fucking said yesterday. Moving my telly. I was just, oh Jesus, Chris has just turned into a fucking 65-year-old old man. Is that right? That could moving my telly.
Well, wait, I was going to bring that up. See when we were talking about when Harry slaps Peter. See that feeling?
Twice.
Aye, we see that feeling. I want to douse that cunt in petrol. Then it's the same, because I knew that was a film.
That's bad, isn't it? That is bad, man. But great scenes, man. What about any other lines?
Yeah, well, and again, back to Aunt May. There's a hero in all of us, but that was just a wee segment taken out of that big monologue, because it was brilliant, but it's too big to repeat.
It's too big to repeat. I was going to copy and paste it, but then I thought, oh no, I need to recite a paragraph trying to sound like an old woman. You know what I mean? An old girl.
Hello, dearie.
Aunt May, mad girls, man. need to touch on we did talk about the fights between Ock and Peter, but see that first fight where he's got May, see the stuff on the side of that clock tower, falling, back up. That's brilliant, isn't it, mate?
Aye, as the whole again, it's back to the whole surroundings. This can't hit the street because it might hit an innocent person and all that. Know what I mean? So again, it's like because I think that again, I know I say that like, stuff's kind of lost in the new films, but see the Spider-Man films, it was about stuff that happened in New York. Whereas I get the feeling now, see everything, it's the world. Know what I mean? It's intergalactic shit. You're like that. He's the friend of the neighborhood Spider-Man. Know what I mean?
You're right. Well, it's not dealing with stuff on our planet anymore, you know.
Exactly.
What did you think of the? I meant to ask you, what did you think of the Peter Parker montage? Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Aye, it was. Aye, because it was like kind of. I think you see as the audience, I think you were supposed to get it. Oh, he's right. Know what I mean? He should stop it. He's getting his life back on track. Know what I mean? But then it starts to rat him in like the consequences. And then, because I think you're not to be sound too artsy fartsy, but I think he's supposed to put you in his shoes to go, oh, here, aye, I'll look after myself and blah, 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 blah. And then when he's not doing it, there is consequences. You're going, oh, fuck.
Aye. This is great. I'm passing my exams. Oh, but there's a police siren. This is great. I'm having a hot dog. There's a fire. Know what I mean? Aye, it's good. The wee pause at the end, it's funny. Just dead funny for me.
It's because that takes me back to the third bit, see the dancing bit. Because people going, why was that in there? It was just ridiculous. That's that same bit, except it's no full of attitude over the top. Know what I mean? But there was a bit that was horrible in that. See when it was the wee guys getting mugged up that lane, and I was like, that's fucking. Oh, come on now.
Right. It's all right, you know, being Spider-Man, but you don't need to be a prick as well. You know what I mean? You still help that wee person out. What about the Uncle Ben kind of dream sequence? Waking the dream sequence.
Aye. I know what it's meant to symbolise, know what I mean? But at the same time, it was kind of weird. Especially when he...
Aye. Flung in.
Aye.
I don't get the meaning of the take my hand.
I think it was more the... I think it was more the see take my hand. It was more the stay the course sort of thing. Know what I mean? I think it was more like, see this, be Spider-Man, great power comes great responsibility. I think it was to symbolise that was Ben's like idea. No his, know what I mean? And I think it was like breaking away. Nah, mate, I'm not continuing this thing. But at the same time, I know, mate, that's a totes emotion scene, that. Because that's twice he's let down his Uncle Ben. You're a bastard there, Wayne Peter. A bastard.
Aye, fucking still had to paint that kitchen myself, you wee bastard. Michelangelo. And then there's now we're talking about CGI. I think one of the best bits in this whole film is when the car comes through the coffee shop window in slow motion.
Aye.
And Peter grabs Mary Jane and dives at the road. I think that's great. The window shattering in slow motion, the car coming through, and then Peter just missing the wheel and all that. That's tremendous.
That's superb, mate. Even the wee. See the like the opening scene as well. It's like this taxi. It's going to fall on pedestrians, and it stops mid-air. See that as well, and it's like been webbed up and all, mate. I thought that was cool, man. You're like, fucking gas, Spider-Man.
Aye, and it's fantastic. And then I paid more attention as well to the people getting flung off the train by Octopus, by Doc Ock. And obviously Peter's catching them in these wee web baskets. I paid more attention to the people landing in the web baskets the other night, and I thought, that's fucking... You know what I mean? It's just, I know it's happening, but I've kind of not concentrated on it for 20 years, but just excellent, man.
You just take it off for granted, see all these wee things. This is how this is good. I not see doing this, because you go, oh, I didn't really give that enough credit there.
Aye, it's great. That's what's great about it. I mean, there we are. We're still watching movies after 20 years, and we can always find new stuff, which we have done a lot doing this podcast, mate.
Aye.
Did you know that Molina named his arms? Aye.
Aye, mate. I read that this morning, and I thought that's fucking superb. But see the one he called Flo? That was the most expensive. Yeah, prolific. 12 million that bastard cost.
It wasn't as bad as people fucking made it. I remember, I was there. There's a lot of good trivia in this, actually. It's a good... Alfred Molina's in quite a lot of it, but I like the fact he came out and he said that he thought the crew in Spider-Man 2 were the hardest working group of people he's ever worked with.
Aye, and I think you can tell, because the fact that we're still talking about this film and still regarded with the best, in my opinion anyway, one of the best, considering that we've had 33 odd Marvel films now, and this is still in the conversation. Just, they done it right, man. They done it right. They done their job right.
I knows what he's doing, the old Sam Raimi boy.
And they're even talking about bringing out a fourth in this, which is kind of got me excited, but at the same time,
worried,
apprehensive. Aye.
Same. It's always the same. When I was worried about Maverick. You know what I mean? I thought, why? It's too long. It's been too fucking long. But what do I know? Do you know what I mean? There you go. One of the highest grossing films of that year, of all time, fuck's sake. So the other thing as well, Jonah Jameson offers the scruffy man $50 for Spider-Man's costume. He replies, I could get more for that on eBay. Now, in 2001, 4 Spider-Man costumes were stolen from the set of the first Spider-Man movie, and they were eventually recovered after an 18-month investigation and the arrest of a former movie studio employee security guard. Well, Columbia Pictures offered a £25,000 reward for information relating to the return. Movie memorabilia experts estimated the value of the costume was about 50 grand each. And that wee guy stole 4 of them. You know what I mean? And Jonah Jameson's gained $50. $50.
Aye. I imagine that, but you would have kept one of these. Well, that's just how much a wanker am. I would have kept that. Like, hang the 50 grand.
That's for them, mate. She could have sold 3 and kept one.
True.
It was caught and arrested, the boy.
And I might say, I know. See, even the burning building scene.
Aye.
That was all like a real fire. And the explosions and all that, they were all real explosions. And Toby McGuire was actually in there, in the flame.
Is that the fire that the wee girl can stand up, but when he hands her over to the mother and father, she's the size of a baby?
Aye.
He rescues a toddler and hands over a baby.
Aye.
What the...
And see, another thing, right, obviously, when I watched, mind I says I was going to watch all the films. Well, I did, right? I did. See the wee black guy that's standing there saying there's a kid trapped on the second floor. He's the same guy that started throwing stuff at the Green Goblin at the bridge. Right? They all start throwing stuff. Leave Spider-Man alone, you big bastard that you are. That's a direct quote for that film.
I thought the fire was kind of synonymous with the first film as well, because remember he goes to the fire in the first one and it's goblins screaming. Obviously just to trap him. I thought that was quite funny. Quite cool.
Aye. But, and another thing I read, which I'm glad they did today, but apparently Doc Ock was to be in the first Spider-Man film. but they decided not to put him in it because his origin story would have took up too much time in the film, so they made him a villain in the second one, which I'm glad happened because
Aye.
the Doc did deserve his own film.
Of course he did. Especially just for him being him, the actor, you know what I mean, that he is. Another wee kind of Easter egg bit of trivia that I quite liked was the alley where, well, I never knew, the alley where Peter dumps his Spider-Man suit is supposed to be the same one where he kissed MJ upside down in the first film.
Oh, oh, oh. That's not bad, that.
Aye. Why would you know that?
Well,
You know what I mean? There you go.
but we've mentioned a lot of characters and all that in this, right? Have you any favourites? Or have you got an outright favourite?
An outright favourite in this movie? I think Doc Ock, man.
Yeah.
I think Doc Ock just is brilliant. It's as much his film as it is Spider-Man's. So it is.
This is true. Aye. Well, he's one of my three, but instead we'll not go over the obvious one, Spider-Man, because that's just
That's what I didn't want to do. Aye.
But it's got to be J. Jonah Jameson, man. He's just so fucking good, man.
Forget that this movie gave the birth to one of the most widely used gifts in society today.
I mean, that's one of my favourite scenes at all. It's like, I Parker, we need you for this party. Can you pay me in advance?
Serious?
Mate,
Aye.
it's just everything he does, man. It's just
Who's the other one? See if you say fucking Mary Jane, I'll kick your buzz.
no, mate, no. It's just hang me eye. It's J. Jonah Jameson. He tops it for me, mate, because there's bits in like, even at the end with the wedding. He says to his wife, call Linda. She's like, what, the caterer? He's like, aye. Tell her not to order the caviar.
See, even before that, you're looking right down the aisle, his boy, and his wee heat pops it.
Aye. He's fucking so
Class.
good, man. Oh, mate, he's brilliant, man. You say Doc Ock, I'll say Jonah, because he's superb, man.
You know, I fucking love J.K. Simmons, man. I do.
Aye, mate.
Shit, but see
Mate,
that, but was it the, what's the film he's a conductor? Whiplash.
Aye.
Whiplash, innit? I so want to batter fuck at him in that, man. What a party, please.
Aye, oh mate, he's brilliant in it. Brilliant. He's got a lot of scenes in this that they're not brilliant, mate, but they're funny. They're there. Like even when Doc Ock becomes Doc Ock and he's just taking the cunt out of him, he's like, what's the chances a guy called Doctor Octopus growing 8 limbs? He's like, what will we call him? And that's Sam Raimi's brother that comes into the room.
Aye.
He's like, Doc Ock, nah. Doctor Strange, it's good, but it's taken. Then Doctor Octopus, I love it. Yeah, you're a genius. Oh mate, fucking so good, man.
He's second in command. 6 minutes to deadline, Jonah. He's fucking Peter a couple of looks and as if I don't know who you are.
Because I think it's going to start materialising, isn't it? Because you see some of the pictures he's getting, Spider-Man, and you're going, come on now. You know what I mean?
Jonah's just blinded by his hate for Spider-Man and the fact he's selling papers, isn't he? He's just, that's all he can think about. But Liza Banks, man.
Aye.
He just goes like that, chin up, no, that, like, oh, Jesus.
PT.
Oh no.
But is there anything else, mate, you want to mention about it?
Not really. What about yourself?
No, mate, I think
What
we've
about the ending?
covered everything.
What do you think
Eh?
about the ending? What do you think about the ending?
So, because I get that it's came round that Peter gets the girl, he gets to live his life, and she understands that he's Spider-Man and they can go on. But then, see when she's stood into that window, like I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like she's accepted coming second best, that Spider-Man's first, and then it's her sort of thing. I don't know. Know what I mean? And then her
This is
running through the
fucking.
square in that dress. Know what I mean? Like, what you did?
This is tripping her. Go get him, Tiger. Then he stands at the window with that. Can't believe he's tipped off. Top of the hurricane. Ah well. The ending is just. It's good to see Peter go what his heart desired. That was good. It's just wish it wasn't hard that fucking gave him it. What's your score out of 10, mate?
Well, for me, mate, I'd say 9. It's got to be a 9 for me, mate.
I was surprised. I thought you were going for the big 1-0 there.
No, I need to hold myself back, mate. I need to hold myself back.
It's a 9 for me as well, mate. It's what I marked it at, and it's where it'll stay at, a 9. Even though there is some noticeably grating bits that get to me, it's no worth marking it down another point, that's for sure, because there's just too much good in this film. There's 100 things we've not talked about. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
The whole harbour scene at the end and all that as well. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
Yep, exactly, mate. It's a 9 is ideal. Because as mental as this is about to sound, right, I like this better than I like Infinity War. But I would put Infinity War as a 10. No, I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
What is this sorcery you're talking? Witchcraft.
Exactly, mate. But it must be just I don't know. Just the memory, the sentimental side to it and all that, mate. Aye. Plus, it's fucking Spider-Man. Know what I mean?
You think of the score?
Aye. That, mate. It gave Spider-Man a theme tune instead of fucking Spider-Man.
Even though that wee Chinese woman does it, doesn't she? It's very. Do you know? I think the score of this Spider-Man is very close to X-Men. It's got that opening.
Yep.
I like it. I think it's great.
Aye, I says, mate. I'm for sure X-Men was out by this point, I know, wasn't it? First X-Men was out in what? 2001 or something.
There you go. I take it back what I said there. There wasn't a lot out there, but you're right. X-Men was kind of. You're right there. We had the Wolverine there and that, the big claws.
That's what I'm telling you, mate. I've told you, mate. I'm the chosen one. I am the chosen one. Watching all these as cartoons, go to my comics, and then the toys and all that. I went, all right, I need to gear this up. This is what happens. And then they started making films for the adults. I'm like, yes.
Aye, so joyous when they started. I'm so glad I'm this age and I'm getting what I wanted when I was a wee boy on the big screen. It's fucking smashing.
Exactly.
So this is why next year is one of the most important years in film for me, man, for Superman, because he's my OG, man. But what was I going to say? I was going to say any Glaswegianisms for Spider-Man 2.
Nah, mate. I don't know how you make.
Sticky cunt again. Yeah.
Man. But that was Spider-Man 2 there, folks. And what did we get there? A 9? A 9,
mate, 18 out of 20.
18 into the old 20s there. So that's a good markup there. And
it's a good markup. Just remember, folks.
No, carry on, mate, carry on.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, if everybody, thanks again for listening to the episode. If you enjoyed it, please consider sending it to someone else who might like it, might not like it, but they might pass it on and on. Word of mouth is how we grow, and your support means the world to us. And we've also got a couple of links up on X there as well, where you can support the show if you feel the need to. We're not begging you for money, but if you want to use $3 a month, and it is bucks, it's dollars. So it's about £2 a month just to say, hey, I'm a super fan. We'll see you right. No, we'll not give you anything extra, but we'll be thinking about you in positive things. Aye, so that's it. Thanks very much, folks. What's your plans the rest of the day, mate?
I think I am just chilling because tomorrow I've decided to go with our man Boswell to go see King Kong and Godzilla. I was going to see if a late night with the devil or something was in the cinema near me, but it's no. So
Right up and all, by the way.
Yeah, so we'll see. But again, it's the horror community, man. I don't know. Because, again, I've watched films that they've recommended and stuff like that, and it's been shit. And then the one I liked, the two I liked, they kind of poo-pooed. So I don't know if I'm just different for the horror fans these days. I don't know.
That's right. We keep saying we like what we like, and a lot of these folk just don't. They've not got a clue. Half of them shouldn't even be fucking commenting on it, to be honest with you. Because it's even critics as well. They must have a niche, or they must like things better than other things. But be told, maybe they love horror and they're being told to go and critique the Notebook. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Aye.
So that must play a part.
Yep. Oh, have you picked a film for next week?
Yes.
Oh, lay it upon us. Put down that slapping beat.
We're getting back to our pal, John Woo, because we like John Woo. We're going to do another one of our favourite actors, True Lies.
Oh! That's a smashing film, that.
Yes. I'm a salesman. I'm not a spy. So get to do a bit more of that next week. I'm saying next week, mate, the Waynes Stoke today, they're getting out early actually for the Easter holidays, so bear with me on getting some free time to suggest a date next week. Hopefully next week at some point.
Plus we've got the old thing, mate, anyway. We've got a gig to go to. We're going to watch that boy Slash playing the big stringed instrument there.
That's right, looking forward to that. Have you listened to his new album yet?
Aye. Well, I've listened to the new song. I can't get the album on Spotify now for some reason.
Is the new song the one with Steve Tyler in it?
No, Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson, man. That's good as well. Yeah. There's Steve Tyler's in one as well, with the mouth organ and all that. That's a mouth organ, by the way. Fuck's sake.
He's a temporary Parkinson's there.
I don't know. So, True Lies, mate. Brilliant film. Arnie and Jamie Lee and even Tom Arnold's kind of decent in it, you know what I mean? And Bill Paxton.
That's James Cameron, isn't it?
You're right, that's James Cameron. I don't know why I say it's John Woo. Because I was looking at my list, you see, and there's another John Woo film on there, so I've had a brain fart there. You're quite right. But I'll deviate away from that big mistake by just paying tribute to our pals over at Seismic Cinema who dropped their pod this morning, which was the Simpsons movie. So I've yet to listen to that. I will give that a wee listen later on. The boys at Diabolical, they did Highlander, one of our previous ventures. I've got to say, back to see their Sean Connery's and their Scottish accents, they were absolutely great, man. Very good, actually. I like the point they made about saying he just stands in battle and just shouts, McLeod. McLeod! Doesn't hit him,
but it is a very Scottish thing to do, but you're fucking bam! Bam! Bam!
I always remember when we done it, and we talked about how these people just your foe just appears, but like the very first one in the car park, he could have snuck up behind him and chopped his head off, and he bothered, but he goes, "Oh, you're there." Do you know what I mean? Gives him the heads up.
I challenge you to a duel.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Aye.
Then
But-
he says,
Aye. But, aye. Well, thanks again, everybody, for listening and stuff. It's much appreciated. And like Craig's already said, pass it about like a joint at a party. Know what I mean?
pass it about like fucking the chicken pox in the nursery. That's what they do. Like lice in primary one. Pass it about. I'm very much grateful for it. And here's to another fucking 2 year.
Aye, mate. Well, I'll finish that on that nice smart bit saying cheery bye and a merry thank you.
Aye, a cheery bye and a happy new cheers. See you later.